So my topic is central and peripheral paralysis of the facial nerve and differential diagnosis. Facial nerve is the seventh cranial nerve, which is also known as queen of face. It is also known as nervus facialis. The facial nerve is a mixed nerve, that is, it has both motor and sensory nerves. Nerves of second branchial arc. It controls the muscles of facial expressions and it controls the taste sensations. Then we have facial nerve paralysis. Facial nerve palsy, which is also known as facial nerve paralysis, is a neurological condition in which function of the facial nerve, that is cranial nerve 7, is partially or completely lost. It is often idiopathic, but in some cases, specific causes such as trauma, infection, or metabolic disorders can be identified. Two major types are distinguished. First, we have central facial palsy, which is the lesion occurs between the cortex and the nuclei in the brainstem. And then we have peripheral facial palsy, that is the lesion occurs between the nuclei in the brainstem and the peripheral organs. Here we can see the peripheral lesion and the central lesion and how it affects on the human body. The peripheral lesion, it occurs on only one side and the central lesion occurs on both the sides. Then we have central facial paralysis. The supranuclear, that is central lesion, produce contralateral voluntary lower facial paralysis. The frontalis muscle is spared because of bilateral innervation. Because of uncrossed contribution from the ipsilateral supranuclear area, it has the involvement of the tongue, it has the involvement of lacrimation and salivation. Emotional response, that is facial motion on laughing or crying, may also be preserved with central lesion. Then we have peripheral paralysis. Peripheral paralysis is also called as lower motor neuron lesion. At rest, less wrinkles on the forehead of affected sides, eyebrow drop, flattened nasolabial fold, corner of mouth turned down are seen. The patient is unable to wrinkle forehead, raise eyebrows, wrinkle nasolabial fold, purse lips, show teeth, completely close eyes. The presence of Bell's phenomenon, that is upward outward turning of the eyeball as the patient attempts to close the eyelids, indicates a peripheral lesion. Then we have differential diagnosis of the central facial paralysis. It has neurological diagnosis, which are Guillain-Barré syndrome, bulbar paralysis and pseudobulbar, multiple sclerosis, neoplastic and trauma. For differential diagnosis of peripheral facial paralysis, we have diagnosis such as idiopathic or Bell's palsy, tumor, infection, trauma, and autoimmune diseases. Thank you.